So you have a whistleblower in FEMA that has come forward and elucidated what to your office?
The extent to which assets mobilized were not utilized. And when you see these efforts by all the private citizens to try to get resources to people who desperately need them for life-saving measures, it's so frustrating when we're not the only ones seeing that. The people who work at FEMA who got orders to show up at a hotel or to move to a particular place in Georgia to provide support, they see it too. And then they're not getting clear direction from their own leadership. And then they're watching, all the cost associated with a mobilization, but then not the result. And it's not just one whistleblower. I got in the last 24 hours, I spoke to a FEMA employee who had been mobilized, but had nothing to do upon mobilization and wanted to help. People don't sign up. This is not the fault of the FEMA workers. They actually love their fellow Americans and want to help them. But then you get to, is it purposeful delay? Because actually for Democrats, it would be nice if 10,000 people didn't come home in Valdosta, Georgia, and were spread all over the country, a disparate in their ability to cast a vote. And so you wonder if it's that, or if it's just, just giving orders around here is such a hard thing to do. Let's send my Orcus back to go buy some more fancy men's clothing or whatever. There's another corollary to this story at FEMA, and it's in an Inspector General report. This isn't a whistleblower. This is a public Inspector General report that says there are hundreds of disasters dating back to the early 2000s where the Congress had appropriated money and grants that were authorized had never been executed. The people who won the grant award never did the work from stuff from decades ago. And so the Inspector General says, well, the terms of those grants allow you to then bring the funds back into disaster relief, which you could use for the disasters that are going on right now. But instead of pulling back the money, Mayorkas and FEMA just keep extending the grants, sometimes for years, sometimes for decades. In one case, a grant extended over 16 years for something that happened way back then when you got folks in need right now, and you could use that money. So simultaneously, they've used housing assistance money intended for Americans for illegal aliens housing and disaster money that should be available. They've got stuck in a bureaucratic churn, probably driven more by special interest than national interest.
Thanks for listening to News Variable. You're officially one step closer to shedding the matrix.